Happy Monday, guys. We're up and running. We are back for another Rogue Actions, of course. Monday mornings, our schedule is back to normal. All going well until next week, maybe. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us. Please hit the follow button. It really, really helps us grow this channel. We really, really appreciate all the support that we can get, of course, from you guys. Morning, Ram. How are you, brother? What's going on, man? How you been?
It is morning. It is morning. I hate mornings.
Oh, man, am I going to have fun when we get to your topic later in your video for Ram Rage, mate? I am dead set going to catapult.
Still steaming? Still steaming?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. I'm still a bit fuming. So we'll talk about that pretty soon. But, yeah, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. For those that don't know, of course, 2 parts to Rogue Actions, 3 topics on this video, 3 topics on Ram's video as well. So the link will be in the description below. Go to the description, hit the link, and it'll go straight there. It'll take you straight across to the other half. So don't miss it all. You're only going to catch half of it on this side. So let's start, of course, with the mini meme of the week. Bit of a slow news week, so it's not going to be a long video this one today. We're going to preempt it, saying that straight away. But of course, in honor of our boy Mini, who left us too soon, of course. The meme this week, a bit of Jedi Survivor theme sort of stuff today, of course. No one in Grease's chair. Where's Grease? Is he safe? Is he all right? Straight up, there we go. He's going missing. Hope he's all right. But there we go. That's the meme this week. So I thought it was fitting, of course, this week. But our boy Cal Kestis, he's got a little bit of the 3-day growth. It looks like he's had a bit of a hangover. By the looks of his character at the moment, man. Are you going to rip into the game at some point, Ram? I haven't had a chance yet, but what are you thinking about this one?
I definitely want to play the game. I've got it already. I had pre-ordered it.
Yeah. Problem
is as most of us know, PC did not translate well over, and it's been super buggy and glitchy.
Yeah.
I've heard some people with higher end PCs have had less issues. My PC's got some power behind it, but it was still pretty laggy when I tried booting it up.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that Respawn, they did announce that they're pushing out patches to try to course correct.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they're going to push out a patch in the next couple days or so.
It's the first game
to get that fixed.
It's the first game I can remember in a long time that if the computer is older and slower, your graphics card is older, it actually runs better. That's bizarre. Who would have thought? So no, that's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, they're going to work on that. It's funny that it's a problem and they didn't pick up on it earlier, to be honest. So anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Let's dive straight in. Of course, we've gotten Tarful. We're going to talk about Tarful's kit, of course, in your video, Ram. But of course, we've got Saw Gerrera coming up next. So probably not this week, but probably next week. I think we're expecting. I think it's generally a couple of weeks, sort of, in between each release. So I just want to know what do you think we need in Saw's kit, and what obviously he's going to be rebel based, of course, but what's he going to actually bring to the table? Who's he going to buff up, Ram? I'm just curious on your opinion, because really we're throwing darts at a dartboard right now. We got no idea on the kit itself. But what are you expecting, or what do you think we need from Saw Gerrera coming to the game?
I mean, ideally, what I would like to see is I'd like to see some synergy behind some rebel fighters, probably rebels or rebel fighters. Let me space that out. I'd want to see all the characters that aren't taken up by Mon Mothma or CLS. Just kind of get some viability, or Adrad, right? Because those are the 3 big leaders in the rebel faction. But everybody else kind of gets lost in space. Once you have POW and Scout and all that stuff, you don't really use Biston or anything like that. You definitely don't use Bodhi Rook. So these characters could maybe get some love under Saw Gerrera. I'd also like to see him get maybe some. I don't know if they would do like a new tag or rebel outlaw or something like that. But Saw's in a very unique spot, because he's not necessarily, he's a rebel, but he's a rebel extremist.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe giving him some synergy or a new tag. I mean, they just brought out a Wookiee tag, so maybe doing something like that. I don't know. But I don't want him to come out and then immediately take from all these other characters. That defeats the purpose You know, because these teams already have their characters built. These teams are working very well. I just want to see him make these other characters that aren't viable, make them go ahead and you know, have some use.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, look, CLS, there's no sense having any synergy with the CLS team. There's no need for it.
No.
The team is solid, right? It doesn't need anything. Okay, that's the first one. Radis, you mentioned as well, a Radis team. Now, honestly, Radis is really nasty in most cases. I really don't see a reason to put it with Radis either. I think Radis with Jin and the way that team operates, he's Radis does some amazing work in that team. You know, once he gets the key card out, it's over. Simple as that. Like, you know, especially in GAC. We're finding it in threes, especially. It's horrible. Mothma, yeah, look, I can see maybe buffing up Mothma. That kind of makes sense. I mean, the synergy's there, of course, with Mothma and Saw Gerrera. I mean, obviously, you know, they're working together Rebel Cell style. So, yeah, maybe buffing up a Mothma team, that probably fits the best. Yeah, I mean, how you going to pump up Bodhi? I mean, what are you going to do with Bodhi? I mean, this is the thing. He's not even he's a pilot, doesn't even have a ship. So, you know, I mean, what a waste of time that is. You know, Hoth Rebel Scout, Hoth Rebel Soldier. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, you could throw that in there, but they were kind of more, you know, they were more that Splinter Cell faction, weren't they? They weren't really genuine rebels as such, as you said. They were extremists. So, you know, pairing them up with existing rebels we've got just doesn't kind of make sense to me. Mothma's probably the only one that kind of does. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we see how it's all going to work there. But I don't see.
I really think that Saul is going to he'll have some use when he comes out.
Oh, he needs.
But
to.
I'm really hoping that he really gets his time to shine if and when they ever bring Luthen out. If they bring Luthen into the game,
yeah, I see that.
That'd be a great team.
I see Luthen obviously being a real leader, rebel leader as such, and then him working under that. Absolutely, that to me makes more sense, and just pulling the strings, you know, in the background, especially huge anti-Empire synergy. It just makes sense. Something like that would be really, really cool. I agree with that one. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. But I'm really excited to see what Saw's going to bring. I think he's probably the one I'm most excited about out of this whole release. All of these kit releases, to be honest, for our boy Cal Kestis, the Jedi, coming. So, we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. Now, let's talk about, I want to just cover we talked, of course, in our last video, our regrets. We talked about our regrets last time and things that we had done, wish we had done different, Ram. I want to talk about it more of a positive spin this time on this one. I want to talk about, things that we've actually done right. And even things that we did right that we didn't.
That's far and few between.
Actually, think that we did right. That's probably more the curious ones. So, I want to talk about some of our most favorite Omicrons. Now, I'm not talking about the best Omicrons because all of that is debatable. Like you can do your top 5 Omicrons, and there's videos out there for that sort of stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that we slapped on and we enjoy using that character and/or team because we put that Omicron on. That's the one that I want to talk about. Now,
sure.
I want to talk about my first one as Wampa. I'm thrilled that I put Wampa on. As soon as I put the Wampa one on there, he was super gross. It was great. Really, really happy with how he played out. Do you think that one's a good one to muck around with, Ram, or you disagree totally on that one?
Absolutely. You stole the words out of my mouth on that one. Wampa is a phenomenal Omicron. I think at the later stages of the game, higher end of Kyber 1, you don't really see a whole lot of uses for him. And I'd say maybe even Kyber 2 now that a lot of players are falling out of Kyber 1 into Kyber 2. There's a lot of safeguards against Wampa. He's kind of back sort of with his Kron that just came out with the protection up.
Yep.
So you can kind of get some more use out of him. But a lot of players know how to protect against him. That being said, players that don't know how to protect against him, it's awesome. I love it when I see an Iden on defense, and I'm just like, I laugh at my 136% tenacity Kron with protection up. It's great. I mean, Wampa just goes in and wrecks him.
Well, this is the thing. It makes sense to chuck the Wampa Kron on because the Omicron on because as you said, the Datacron that's out currently, and it's not the first time it's come out, is the protection up when dots are applied. It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to keep seeing that. because we know that our boys at CG like rotating their stats, right? When it comes to stuff like this, we've seen this one come back a few times now, so we're going to definitely see that one come around again, and I think the viability is there. But it's a great cleanup. I mean, if you've got one character left in a team, if you're a 3v3 or 5v5 and there's one character left, chuck Wampa in, you know you're going to wipe it down. You're going to clean it up, and it's an inexpensive counter. That's the beauty of it. You're not wasting too much by throwing it in there. So that's probably why I really, really like that one. Iden was the other one as well that I had on my list. Ram, the ability to go first, Han Solo style, is amazing in GAC. And we know that GAC is where the money's at. That's what it's all about these days. Make no mistake. So Iden, again, she's great when she came out, but when the Omicron came out and you go first, oh my God, that team just gets up and running before anything else. And man, a really, really good Omicron to chuck on, and quite a fun one too.
Right. Yeah, no, Iden's phenomenal. Iden takes the leftover Imperial troopers, the teams that's not covered by Veers. She takes those and just powers them up to 11. Yeah. She can do some crazy things. She can take out CLS with his Datacron, or with Chupio's Datacron. She can just wreck house on, teams that always assist out of turn. She cleans house. It's a great Omicron.
Yeah. I want to see a Troopercron down the track. I want to see our Imperial troopers get up and running with a cron, some sort of a level 6 ability that just makes them go just absolutely crazy. That would be really, really cool. But anyway, that's just my personal want. Just saying, it's just my wish list. Another one I've got on the list is Tusken Raider. Now again, Tuskens were useless. Beforehand, they were terrible. Tusken Raider came out and it became a viable team, especially in 3v3s. And I've got a lot to say about 3v3s in Ram Rage later. But the Tusken Raider Cron, I mean, we know that there's been a bit of Tusken love lately, and of course we got a Datacron for it at the moment as well. But I think that the Tusken Raider, especially when it came out, people didn't know how to play it. They got really caught out on how to take that team down. There was a lot of timeouts for quite some time there, and I'm fascinated to see with the new Tusken Crons whether the same thing applies. I haven't seen any holds on it yet, but I feel that there's the potential there that if the Datacron's solid enough and if you got it set up a certain way, I think that there's definitely a way that team could time out Ram, especially at the moment.
Absolutely. I can't say that I have the Tusken Army. I've fought many times against it, and it can be a headache if you don't know how to beat it. But I just never got around to doing it, and more or less the reason is just because it's specifically 3v3, and I'm like,
save it. We'll talk about it later.
We'll cover that later for Ram Rage.
We'll come back to that. My last one I want to mention is Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon's Omicron as well, also for GAC. Man, have I been caught out on this one. Haven't we all? You take down Qui-Gon and then Anakin does his AoE and then you drop a battle. That's as simple as that. It's horrible. It kicks you in the nuts, but you got to admit, when you use it in attack on the other side, sometimes it's like, oh, this is so much fun. Bang, everyone disappears. It's actually really good when you're using it, just not when you're against it. You just got to be so careful, Ram, when you go up against the Qui-Gon Omicron. But I like that one, mate. I think again it's one of my more favorite ones to muck around with for sure.
Oh yeah, when you take Qui-Gon against like Darth Revan, you just watch the team disappear. I mean, yeah, you're gonna lose Qui-Gon. That's the nature of the team. But once you lose Qui-Gon, everybody dies.
Move on to the next team. That's what it's all about. Yep. Have I missed any? They're probably my top ones, Ram. Are there any others that I've missed that you think are really good ones that are fun?
Yeah. Well, obviously, has to be said. Mace Windu. Come on.
I can't believe.
No, I couldn't resist.
I left the door open for that. I wasn't even thinking that you were going to go there. You absolute flock. Anything else?
No. Realistically,
he was better. He was better when the Omicron came out. Yes, definitely.
He is better with the Omicron. Yeah. He is. You can do some fun stuff with him in TW. That being said, I don't really enjoy TW, so I don't particularly give a shit about the the TW Crons.
Yeah.
But Treya.
Oh, Treya
is
is a good
so
one too. Yes.
much better and so much more fun with her Omicron, especially now that Reva's out. Yes, Treya can still lose against Reva. I almost had that yesterday in my GAC, but when she works, she is phenomenal with that Omicron.
Are you still disappointed a bit that they kind of nerfed it a bit? Because she was really gross before, but I felt it kind of needed it. I know it was broken and it wasn't what they wanted.
It was pretty OP.
But was it that bad?
They got to protect their latest and greatest, right? So when you have a team as pretty low investment as Treya, right? Most people have Treya at this point. Most people that have been playing for at least a couple years or so, they're going to have Treya at this point.
Yeah.
So when you have Treya, who can, with one Omicron, take out an entire team of Inquisitors, which is their newest and latest and greatest toy, and then Reva on top of that, which is something only the top end guilds currently have. Reva. It kind of needed to be adjusted a little bit. I'm not necessarily blaming CG on that one. There's ways around it where yes, she inflicts that death mark, but if you put, let's say, I've had success putting Savage on that team. If you put Savage, especially in 5v5, the trio with Savage and then maybe Talon or Marauder or something like that.
Yeah, we got
put that on that team.
Yeah,
it works.
You got a double Omicron team. It's going to be solid. You got 2 Omicrons on the one team. That's always gross every time. So
Savage. Speaking of Savage, Savage is the other one.
That was a good one too. Yeah,
Savage is the other one. It took an absolute zero character.
Yes,
no one used him at all. True. No one knew where to use him, and he was he? No, he was not a GL requirement. Maul was.
No, Maul was, but I'm glad I put mine on. I have the Omicron
I'm
put on that.
So glad I put mine on.
I didn't regret that one. I didn't regret that in any way, shape, or form.
He gets solo teams. He gets that nasty pre-taunt that's just that nasty that shatter not Shatterpoint whatever the one Mace has. Damn it, I can't remember that. Comments are really gonna kill me on this
defense,
one.
Isn't it? It's the defense, the resilient defense.
Resilient defense. There we go.
Did I seriously just out mace you then? I did, didn't I? I did. You are.
It's the morning.
You are a disgrace. You should be ashamed.
It's the
of yourself.
morning.
I just outmaced you. You flog. Unbelievable, guys. We're gonna finish.
Never gonna live that down.
We're gonna finish on that note. Absolutely. We're gonna remind him about that one going forward. Let us know your favorite Omicrons. Any that we missed. Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Or there's some that we missed. Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Part 2, of course, we're going to do as well right now, straight afterwards. Link is in the description below. Jump over there. Check out the other half. We're going to be talking about double drops. We're going to talk about the Tarful kit as well. And, man, have I got some Ram Rage myself ready to go. I'm going to take over from Ram, I think, this week. I am filthy. Wait for it. Come and check it out. It is going to be crazy. We'll see you on the next one, guys. See you again next week. Bye. See ya.